Right, welcome to trade recap number 2 of the day. This is my CFD trade on GBP USD. I got cooked, but I also made money, and I did actually win this trade. But yeah, didn't capitalize as much as I wanted to, but break it down nevertheless, something to learn from. And yeah, it was a nice trade. It was a good trade. It was just, yeah, it's just, again, price is just really not giving me much to work with at the minute. It's really, I'm just struggling to trade this. It's just horrible, right? But we did catch a little winner here, and so yeah, let's break this shit down. I really don't like my chart colors, but we're gonna rock with them anyway. So coming into the day, what was I thinking? I was still bullish. Yes, we are on the weekly fair value gap. Yes, we're in the daily premium. Yes, we have started to come down. However, this big off rejection, tap into it, the rejection block and placement up, not displacement, but rejections up, does tell me that we probably are going to come higher first. So for me, this fucking high here, Friday's high, is the clearest draw I've ever seen, right? And if I'm expecting price to go lower, I'm expecting a high of a sweep of this, and then price to displace. That is what I was looking for coming into the day, okay? Now, why today of all days? We had a massive fuck off rejection yesterday. I mean, just this 4 hour somehow held. We didn't even change state. Massive fucking rejection. This is purely fundamental. And as well as that, after that, we started to trade higher. So I had more conviction that we're bullish. We also traded back into the rejection block and continued going higher. So for me, the context of this move and then this move, the V kind of recovery, was that price is bullish, and I'm going to be trading bullish until proven otherwise, right? Even though, yes, we have context to sell, I don't think price is quite ready to sell with this V-shaped recovery and then the move higher. So coming into the day, what did we see? First off, Frankfurt and Asia. I mean, Asia did fuck all, but Frankfurt, holy fuck, we got this insane volume. We only had a 11 pip Asia range, but Frankfurt decided to have this big fuck off move to the upside. Okay, so with this move towards previous day high, sweeping it, creating SMT, the intent is bullish. Okay, now the reason I was now not looking for shorts, even though we had SMT at previous day high, is because we have Friday's high right here, and I've been saying this since Sunday. This is my draw liquidity that I want to be seeing taken. So it was in my plan to trade it, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I can't be upset with myself. It's my plan, and I traded my plan, right? So you kind of have to, trade what you think is going to happen until you get proven otherwise, and that's what I was doing. So yes, we had SMT at previous day high. Yes, this is a con, but we have Friday's high right here. It is just such a sexy draw to take. It just makes sense to take it. It's a weak high because it didn't cause a break of structure. It didn't break this low, and so for me, like, even if you're on the hourly, it is not a protected high because it didn't create a low, right? So it's a weak high. This shit should be getting taken every day. Yet price is just not doing it. Fucking kill me. Anyway, so we have this massive displacement up during Frankfurt. We create this 15-minute fair value gap. Okay. The reason now, when I look for continuations, right, I look for Asia to either trend, we get displacement inside, and then to continue that move, right? Okay, inside of a fair value gap, inside of the discount. Okay, this is what I tend to look for when trading continuations, right? Let's say this is Asia, this move here. Let's just put it as a gap. This is Asia, this blue move. Okay, this is my fair value gap, trading into the discount, continue going higher, right? Now, we kind of were setting this up. We had this massive, there was about 30 pip move in general from that low to the high. Okay, I think it's 30 pip. I could be so wrong, but I'm going to get, yeah. Oh my God. Hello, genius. We had this 30 pip move to the upside, okay, from low to the high. And so all I'm looking for really for continuation is price to trade here and then go higher. However, this is where discretion comes in. That is my mechanical continuation model, right? Discretion comes in from this. Underneath this 15-minute fair value gap, we have double flat body low. Now, on other brokers, this was not a flat body low, I believe. I could be so wrong. Yeah, no, it has a wick, but this one definitely was, right? So we have this flat body low here. Let me just check Forest icon as well. Guessing that had a wick. Yeah. So it was just this one right here that had the flat body low. Okay. Now with that flat body low, we have this hourly fair value gap resting just below. Now we did not tap into it because of course this opened with no wick. So, and with this being a 7 a.m. low, a Frankfurt low, right? It makes so much more sense. Instead of me trading from this 15-minute fair value gap or 30-minute fair value gap, whatever it was, okay, it makes so much more sense for price to trade into this one and then go higher. And so that's what I was waiting for, right? So, and this is where being patient and sticking to your plan really does pay. So we start trading low. You can see we're getting early buys come in. I'm not saying this trade is a bad trade to take. I mean, you are still buying in the premium, okay? Price didn't actually tap the discount. As well as that, for context, if we're looking at EU was creating a fair value gap at the time, and again, going from the swing to the low, we were nowhere near discount. Even if you fucking drew it from here, we still did not tap discount. I wouldn't recommend drawing it from there, to be honest. I'd always draw it from the low of this swing. We were still nowhere near. As well as that, we did have this 2-hour IFEG. So it made more sense. The reason I want to say GU and not EU, by the way, is because GU is a leading pair, right? We have the draw liquidity on this. So that's the reason I didn't take this trade. It had confluences behind it. It had this rejection block. It was a beautiful rejection block. We trade back into it. Yeah, this is not a bad setup to take. But bro, these chart colors need something. Please, someone send me some good chart colors. It's not a bad trade to take. Sorry. There's no real clear-cut entry model for me. I mean that's clearer, to be fair. You could say that you had a change in state delivery. You did tap the order block. Your stops would have to be 6 pips, and then you would trade it towards Friday's high up here. And I think it does give a 1 to 2, yeah, just about. I'm not saying it's a bad trade, but you're still in the premium. It's clear, like there's so much more saying that this flat body low is going to get taken with the hourly fair value gap resting below, and EU was still in the premium, had this 2-hour IFEG forming, did inverse this 2-hour IFEG, as well as forming this 1-hour at fair value gap, inversing this. We've got a BPR. There's so much more saying that EU is going to come down, and if EU comes down, most likely GU will as well. Obviously they are not the most correlated, but as well as that, we were forming this hourly fair value gap just here. So I just waited, to be honest, and in these markets it is so much better to be patient. So I got rid of this and wanted wanted this tap, right? So for me, this was an early buyer trap. This low was now into the 5-minute intermediate low. It gets swept. We tap discount. Now we have traded into the 1-hour fair value gap. This is not a bad fucking model to trade up from here. However, there was no real clear-cut entry, okay? So price trickles down, price trickles down, price trickles down. And then, I mean, look at this. This is where, and like, this is the source right here, okay? Get rid of this. Okay. We've tapped into my fair value. Bro, we need to change these chart colors. Like, Jesus, that is so ugly. But it will do for now, right? We tap into the fair value gap. Okay, we have a sweep of these lows, so we have inducement, and then look at the time this recovery comes in. It's at 9:57, so it's just before a new hourly open. So yes, everything is here to take the trade. Yes, I could so long off this, but what would make more sense? New hourly open to induce and then go high, so open low, close high, or for the new hourly open just to go up. Makes more sense for the inducement. So you wait. Yes, there's a change in state delivery there on the 3-minute. It is not the worst, but oh, sorry, this was my entry. Yeah, because look, people probably on the 1-minute maybe get maybe you do get a 1-minute. No, maybe you don't. So you do actually save yourself there. Yeah, so you get this new hourly open. You get the inducement right here. I think EU. Yeah, EU was also setting up for a long in the 2-hour fair value gap, but again, GU is the leading pair for me. And then, you know, more conviction for this trade. This is not displacement at all. This is just trickling. So yeah, once I get this inducement on the 1-minute as a new hourly open inducement, and this concept is beautiful, by the way. This fucking candle formation, like a W, for some reason never fucking fails for me. Like, If I see this, bro, I'm full pointing this shit. I swear, this shit just always works. Anyway, so we get a 3-minute change of state. Is it the cleanest change of state? Absolutely not. It could have been cleaner. The 5-minute was not clean either. We did have flat body low. However, when I went to the 1-minute, I saw this. I was like, yeah, I'm in this bitch. This shit is beautiful, right? So I entered long here. My stops were 5 pips. And then I was really just targeting for 1 to 4 on this trade. Price dicked around and then flew up at some point. There it is. Now, here, you could definitely start to manage your trade. Normally, if this was a higher account than I did take it on, I would have closed. By the way, I closed on my funded literally after this move here. I made $300 and I was like, okay, I'm up enough on this funded account to request for a decent size payout. I'm gonna get out. So yeah, that's why I closed my funded. The rest of this, I was just really holding out to here, at least to this high, and unfortunately, we just did not get it. We started dicking around, we crashed down, and so I exited the and then obviously it rips up because yeah, that's what price does. I still did not take that high, and then just tanked. And I think yeah, tanked all the way to the stop loss. So I got out of this position. Where did I get out? I think I got out. I got out on this candle here, this rejection candle, and then when price pulled back up, I got out here. To be fair, so yeah, I could have held in, got more profit, but don't really care. To be fair, once the price is doing this, I'm just gonna get out. So yeah, that was the trade of the day for me. Bit of a shit day, bit of a shit trade. Didn't capitalize as much as I wanted to, but still made money on the day. Futures obviously caught an absolute fucking banger. It's not gonna load, but yeah. So that is that. Now coming into buyers for the rest of the week, for tomorrow. If I'm being honest, I'm still trading to these highs. If I'm being 100% honest, yeah, just so obvious to me. Let me actually get my glasses on. Let me lock it. Don't mock me. Yeah, these glasses are horrible, bro. Where's my other ones? Oh, fuck no. Oh, they're here. Yes. No, I'm not chopped. I'm still chopped. Right. So for me, coming into tomorrow, I still want to trade towards these highs. Like, yeah, it's just the worst price action ever. We are getting like an accumulation, manipulation, maybe a distribution. What I'd love to see is Asia just really just take these highs, and then I'll be looking to sell. So yeah, probably only looking to sell tomorrow. I'm gonna stop going for these highs. I'd like to see price trade towards them, and I won't take a sell until we get to these highs. But I'm not gonna trade towards that high anymore because I've failed in this chop. So yeah, that's that for EU. EU's actually a bit more clear. Still horrible, but yeah, let's see if Asia can inverse this gap. I think it will be just for me looking at what Asia does. We do have this SMT. We do. Yeah, there's context to take shorts here, but I really would want to see this gap get inversed, and then we can maybe capture continuation off of it towards this low. So yeah, let's hope tomorrow's a distributive day. That is just, we are actually technically still in this range. That's the issue. The hourly, yeah, we are just technically in this range still. Like, it's not very good. The hourly looks, it kind of looks clearer. Like, we have reacted from here. We've had turtle soup. We've had like kind of like an hourly change of state retested. Yeah, so yeah, I would be looking to short EU potentially from here, but again, it really does just depend on what price is showing me tomorrow. To be honest, it's horrible. We do have this low resistance liquidity run over here, this trend line to take, but yeah, I think more so sells on here. DXY still got this flat body over here to take. Okay, DXY is actually quite clear, to be fair. Yeah, like I said yesterday, we inversed this gap, that's why I was leaning more shorts, but Yeah, we did react from this gap. We have reacted from the order block. We have kind of had this move up. We are struggling to get up in a sense, but with the hourly, yeah, it's a bit more clear. Like, we didn't break this low. We just traded to the demand zone, had a shift inside, and display. So yeah, for me, this is still quite nice to target, and I'll probably be looking for buys tomorrow on DXY and sells on currency. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at. GU, I might just leave. Like, it's just too strong. We do have this trend line over here, but I'd really would like to see Asia just do this, and then we can get some sort of move to the downside. But yeah, mainly trading EU tomorrow, looking for short. So that is my bias for the rest of the week. I'm gonna be really conservative with my capital on Forex. I've only really got one funded account I can trade at the minute, because the others are, I've requested another payout on one, and then the others I need to wait to request. So yeah, I'm not in the best position. I have got a challenge. I'll just full port it. But yeah, it's not the best, not the worst. It's just mediocre. Okay, so that is kind of my bias. I say it's not the worst. It is the worst. It really is. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Could go both ways. We shall see. We shall see. So yeah, that is the trade recap. That is the bias, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.